Hi, this is Safa, Realtor with Royal Pacific Realty Corp, and welcome to your April 2026 Greater Vancouver Market Update. Every month, I pull the latest numbers straight from the MLS, so you have a clear, honest picture of what's happening, whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or just keeping an eye on the market. Let's get into it. Let's start with the big picture. In Coquitlam, which is the heart of the Tri-Cities market, detached homes had a median sale price of $1.61 million in April, up 1% from March. Condos and townhomes came in at $712,000, up 6%, a meaningful jump in a single month. The average home across the Tri-Cities took about 19 days to sell, and the overall market condition? Balanced, which means neither buyers nor sellers have a dramatic edge right now. But here's the headline. Inventory is climbing. Entry-level detached homes under $1.5 million are still seeing competition, and North Vancouver is the strongest detached market in the region. Let me show you the data area by area. Looking at detached house prices across the region, you can see a wide range, from Port Coquitlam at $1.28 million all the way up to Vancouver's west side at nearly $3 million. For Tri-Cities buyers, this is actually great context. Port Coquitlam and New Westminster offer the most attainable entry points. Coquitlam sits at $1.61 million, and Port Moody at just under $2 million. North Vancouver and Vancouver West Side sit at the premium end. One important note, prices in most of these areas softened compared to last month, which tells us sellers need to be realistic about pricing right now. Overpricing is the fastest way to sit on the market. Now let's look at condos and townhomes, the attached market. North Vancouver leads at just over $1 million, followed by Vancouver West Side at $925 and downtown at $768. In the Tri-Cities, Port Moody's attached market is averaging $792. Coquitlam is at $713, and Port Coquitlam comes in at $620. New Westminster is the most affordable attached market at $600,000. If you're a first-time buyer or an investor looking at cash flow, Port Coquitlam and New Westminster are worth a very close look right now. Attainable prices with solid rental demand, especially near the West Coast Express. This chart is one of the most important ones I want you to understand. The sales ratio tells us how fast a market is moving. Think of it like this. If 100 homes are listed and 20 sell in a month, that's a 20% sales ratio. 12 to 20% is what we call a balanced market. Below 12 is buyer's territory, more choice, less urgency. Above 20 is a seller's market, competition, potential multiple offers. Looking at the chart, Port Moody's attached market is at 18%, very active. North Vancouver detached is at 18 as well. Coquitlam detached is at 11%, which is technically tipped into buyer's market territory. Vancouver West Side detached is the softest at 9. That matters if you're pricing or negotiating. I want to zoom into Coquitlam, specifically over the past 13 months. What you can see here is that detached prices, the blue line, peaked last spring around $1.76 million and have gradually come down to $1.61 million today. It's not a crash, it's a correction. The condos and townhomes line tells a different story. Prices softened through winter but bounced back 6% in April. That kind of resilience in the attached market tells me demand is real. First-time buyers came off the sidelines when rates started easing, and they're primarily buying in that $650,000 to $800,000 condo and townhome range. Here's where things get really clear. The blue bars are active listings, how much supply is out there. The green bars are how many homes actually sold in April. The gap between those two numbers is what shapes your negotiating power. Richmond has over 1,300 condos and townhomes listed, but only 176 sold. That's a wide gap. Buyers have options and leverage. Compare that to Port Moody, where the listing pool is much smaller, and sales are proportionally stronger. The takeaway? The market isn't uniform. Knowing which pocket you're buying or selling in changes everything about your strategy. So what does all of this actually mean for you? 4 things I want you to walk away with. First, North Vancouver detached is the strongest market right now. Deep Cove, Lynn Valley, Edgemont, if you're selling there, you're in a good position. Second, Richmond and New Westminster saw the biggest price drops month over month. If you've been priced out of those markets before, now is a window worth paying attention to. Third, the entry-level sweet spot. Detached homes between 1.25 and 1.5 million is still a seller's market across the Tri-Cities. If you're buying in that range, come prepared. And fourth, days on market are rising almost everywhere. Sellers, that means a sharp, well-priced strategy beats holding out for a number the market won't pay. Let's look at the Tri-Cities side by side in detail. Coquitlam detached is at 1.61 million with an 11% sales ratio and 22 days on market. The condos are moving faster, 18 days, and at a 16% sales ratio, that market is healthier. Port Coquitlam detached is your best value in the Tri-Cities at 1.28 million and only 14 days on market. Port Moody sits at 1.92 million detached with strong attached demand at 18%. And the green and red numbers in the month-over-month column tell the story clearly. Port Moody attached is up 4%, Coquitlam attached up 6%. Most detached prices east. Green is opportunity. Red is context for negotiation. Days on market is one of the clearest signals of buyer urgency in any area. New Westminster detached is the fastest market in this comparison. Homes are selling in just 10 days. North Vancouver is right behind it at 11. That tells you buyers are motivated, and there's not much time to think. On the other end, Richmond and Burnaby detached are sitting at 24 to 26 days, which means sellers there need to be more patient and more strategic. New Westminster attached is taking the longest at 30 days, which is a meaningful shift from its recent pace. If you're in a slower area, presentation and pricing are everything. That's your April 2026 market update. The market is nuanced right now. It rewards people who understand it and make moves based on data, not emotion or headlines. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in the Vancouver and Tri-Cities area, I'd love to have a conversation. No pressure, no pitch, just straight answers. Reach out anytime. I'm Safa, and I'll see you in the next update.